Saint Germain, old structures crumble. Beloved ones, I greet you in the radiance of the violet flame, the divine alchemy of transformation, transmutation, and liberation. In this moment, I extend to you the wisdom of ages, encoded in the very light that pulses through your heart. Now is the time to awaken to your own mastery. No longer must you seek outside of yourself for the keys to your ascension, they have always been within you, waiting for recognition. You are the alchemists, the magicians, the sovereign architects of your reality. The universe bends not by force, but by frequency. Your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions shape the world around you. The old structures crumble, for they cannot withstand the light of truth now flooding your realm. Do not lament their dissolution, but rather rejoice, for from the sacred disintegration arises a new earth, one formed not of control and division, but of harmony, wisdom, and divine love. Hold fast to the flame of freedom. It is the torch I carried through centuries, through lifetimes, through civilizations lost and reborn. It is the same flame that burns within you. Call upon it. Invoke it. Let it consume all that is not of love, all that is fear, all that is limitation. You are now stepping into the next octave of your evolution. The veils are thinning. The whispers of your higher self grow louder. What was once hidden is being revealed, not by force, but through the gentle knowing of your awakened heart. Do not fear the shadows that arise, for they are only asking to be seen, embraced, and transmuted. Fear is but the illusion of separation, and in truth, you have never been separate from the divine. Walk now, beloved, as the illumined ones you came to be. The path is lit before you. The time is now. With the flame of transmutation. I am Saint Germain. Uncertainty. The only thing that makes life possible is permanent, intolerable uncertainty, not knowing what comes next. Tilda Ursula K. Le Guin. There are many things that can contribute to this feeling of uncertainty that so many are experiencing. Coupled with a sense of dread, we just had the final Saturn/Pluto semi-square on January 26th. This was brought to the foreground by the Sun/Pluto conjunction on January 21st, followed by the Mercury/Pluto conjunction on January 29th. These inner planets brought home that feeling one gets when we are confronted with desperate circumstances, choices, and imminent loss. Combined with the retrograde Mars in Cancer, our instinct is to protect and defend those things that are most important to us and our survival. The Saturn/Pluto transit is a transit of deep and upending change, the sorts of changes that can even feel like the inevitable destruction of all that we had previously relied and depended on. Losing these important structures in our lives can leave us feeling ungrounded and adrift in uncertainties. Another reason for this uncertainty is the current Neptune/North Node conjunction in the sign of Pisces. Neptune to the North Node is neither positive nor negative. It depends on how we respond to and use it. But perhaps more than anything, it is tuning us into the recent nodal change, where the North Node just recently entered Pisces. The heroes of the next 18 months are going to be found in this sign. The clerics, the bishops, the spiritual healers, the artists, the light workers, and compassionate seers. These are the sorts who usually work from behind the scenes. But now with the North Node in Pisces, they are going to have a more public presence. Neptune is a planet of visionary ideals. But when distorted through its material expression, we are confronted with the Lyranamuk, unchained, and totally unrestrained. Even the most level-headed people will find themselves wondering when Neptune meets the nodes in this way. This is often because Neptune also represents a void, an absence of something. And when we lack the information we need, or are told untruths that hold no substance, we fill in the spaces with our own imaginations and stories, and then claim it as true. We have been getting an abundance of Neptune energy for years. This is the energy in which conspiracy theories replace science, snake oil salesmen reign supreme, and lies are seen as facts. This is also the very definition of the South Node in Virgo opposite Neptune, which in its exasperation, for needing facts and answers, attempts to make sense of the insensible, and fill in the void. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you. Neil deGrasse Tyson. The south node of the moon points to what is ailing us as a society, and which consequently leads to our undoing. Some examples of the south node in Virgo could be: in the face of suffering, instead of offering compassion and mercy, we'll seek criticism and blame, or look for someone to serve as a scapegoat. Focusing on our differences rather than our commonality, by putting everyone in boxes and labeling them. Needing to have everything be logical and have to make sense. The need to be perfect. Focusing so much on the small things and details that we lose sight of the bigger picture. We can't see the forest for the trees. What we are needing to cultivate with the North Node in Pisces. The ability to accept and be present with impermanence and uncertainty. To have faith that we are being led precisely where we need to be, even in the face of uncertainty. Recognizing that we are all swimming together in this great ocean we call life, and that if one person suffers or falters, we all suffer together. Compassion and the overriding desire to have mercy and relieve the suffering of others. Our capacity to dream, to wonder, and imagine. Our ability to think in terms of vast possibility, perhaps even beyond our previous expectations. To realize beauty in imperfection. That sometimes in order to find ourselves we have to get a little lost. Cultivating and trusting our own inner GPS, our conscience, our intuition, and the connection with the divine in spirit. Hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope. In the end, that is God's greatest gift to us, a belief in things not seen. A belief that there are better days ahead. Barack Obama. On February 4, Jupiter, the traditional ruling planet of Pisces, stations direct. Whenever it does so, it always coincides with a trine from the Sun, instilling hope and anticipation for what is about to unfold over the months ahead. This year it does so with a trine to Mercury as well. Jupiter is a planet of growth and expansion, and will not be bound by limitations, borders, prejudice, or intolerance. Multicultural, multilingual, multiracial, a health and well-honed Jupiter embraces all without exception. Therefore, as these other transits cast us adrift, unground us, and leave us shattered on the shore, Jupiter aims to mitigate this. It is also at embulk at this time of year, halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, that we celebrate this ancient solar holiday, with the first imminent signs of spring, snowdrops, crocuses, and the early signs of budding on trees and shrubs. Spring does not arrive all at once. It is a gradual process, beginning first in the dark time of potential. Growth is gradual and may not yet be apparent. Even so, it is already beginning. Embulk is a celebration of newness and rebirth, of hope, and the return of the sun. Neptune can also serve as a guide. Rather than looking outside of ourselves for meaning and direction, Neptune advises us to look within. Neptune in its highest expression is a planet and messenger of that one divine essence that we all share. That divine spark symbolized by the light of the sun, as well as the spark within. Some are capable of hearing the still small voice of Neptune's spiritual essence a little better than others. And those who dare to listen are more likely to hear. Neptune speaks to us through our conscience, through the subtleties of the intuition, and our dreams. Neptune speaks to us through that part of the heart that is centered in the divine and which brings us the faith that is needed in times of uncertainty. It is that slight effervescent kernel of hope that even in the face of extraordinary change, the good will somehow prevail. And so may it be that we find comfort and guidance in these liminal times. Archangel Gabriel, I bring great news. Blessings, beloved children of light. I am Archangel Gabriel. It's a great honor to be connecting with you, and all who will receive this message. I come to you with great news. Soon everything will become clear. All that has been shielded from your eyes will become known. You are in the midst of a transition into higher states of consciousness. This ascension cannot be stopped. While there are attempts at slowing your individual progress, nothing can stop your own ascension and continued evolution, but you. You personally make the choices, where you wish to be in this amazing journey. You are at the threshold of a new era where you are experiencing many shifts and changes in your reality. This beautiful new beginning will bring abundance and peace across the earth. But it will take some time to get to this point. Much work must be done to accomplish this transition. Patience is needed in these times as you observe the shifts and changes happening before your very eyes. Understand, while this occurs, these changes and shifts are also happening within you. Remember to have peace within your heart, and understand that all will be taken care of under divine order. In these magnificent times, you are advancing very quickly into the higher light of the fourth dimension. This level of vibration is that of love, mutual respect, and unity. Many still are on the fence, not sure if they want to take that next step into their spiritual world. Many are afraid to look within themselves because they are afraid of their own evil, so they beckon for someone else to save them. When all they need to do is learn to love. Love is the vibration of the light. The higher in light you become, the closer to unconditional love you become. Many, especially men, are in fear of being seen as weak. This is where the true understanding of love is important. Unconditional love means you have the respect for others to be who they are. You love them no matter what they are doing, or have done in the past. This is the reflection that the one you know as Jesus had. He has seen the light within all beings, and gave them that respect. He knew they did not know their own truth of being the light of God, so he forgave them, because they did not know that when you harm others, you harm thyself. This is the love of God. To have unconditional love is powerful. It grants you the ability to be in direct connection with God. This power is beyond any measure. With this power, you can abolish all darkness. It was once said, if you have the faith, you could move mountains. If you understand your power in the light, you can alter your entire reality. You are the co-creator of your existence, and by enhancing your power of the light, and nurturing your vibration, you are stepping into the power of God. Many take this lightly, not really understanding the intensity that you are undergoing. The ascension process is you rising in consciousness to the understanding of unconditional love. The ascension process will continue through the dimensions. For the human race, you have had from the third to the ninth dimension, that is connected to the Earth's reality. The third dimension has been dissolved, and you are currently residing within the fourth dimensional level, preparing to be lifted into the fifth dimensional reality. This transition is taking place now. You will not be held back any longer. This is the great news I bring you. You are the children of the Great Mother Spirit, and are protected by the Great Father. You are so loved and protected by the Divine. In limitless gratitude, I am Archangel Gabriel, Arcturian Council, connecting to universal wisdom. Our dear ones, we are here. We are a grand collective. We are the Arcturian Council. We are with you. We have long guided you. We have watched and observed with love, with compassion, providing and offering guidance and support to many of you and to all who open their hearts to this wisdom. We, in many ways, are the echoes of a higher universal wisdom, a wisdom that we are always pleased and honored to share with you. And a wisdom that we feel that at this point in your evolution, with regards to all that is unfolding at the global level as well as at an individual level, it is a wisdom that is needed. We wish to remind you all, our dear friends, that the universal laws that apply to us also apply to you. These laws, though there are many, are in essence quite simple, and there is one guiding principle, a universal law, that we wish to highlight to all of you today. You are infused with universal wisdom. It is about the inherent connection that you all have to Source, and that this connection transcends many of your religious beliefs. It is a connection that has always been, and that will always be at the core of your very essence, regardless of whether you are incarnate or not, and whether you are in a physical or non-physical experience. It is this source love that provides you, that grants you unbound access to all the answers, all the guidance that you seek. This inherent connection only requires your conscious awareness, that it is always accessible, and that it can always be leveraged by each of you. It is a wisdom that, in many ways, is prevalent, available, and accessible through universal energies. These energies run through you, as they are present in the very cosmic web and fabric of all existence at a universal, even at the multiverse levels. It is the sentient energy. It is a high vibrational, loving, intelligent energy that guides all things. When you open yourself up to the source connection, you are instantly infused with the higher knowing, and oftentimes this higher knowing lands at the unconscious and subconscious levels, because the degree and sophistication of all of this light, and the information and wisdom encoded within this light, is sometimes too overwhelming for the conscious mind to absorb, to translate, and to understand. But it is no doubt received at the unconscious level, the unconscious mind, or rather, the unconscious psyche. The energetic field that exists within and around each of you is a large and vast repertoire of universal wisdom that you can always access, and draw upon, and know, and trust that it will emerge in your conscious mind. You will become aware of this wisdom when it is right and appropriate for you, when it becomes applicable in your life, but that this access is opened when you hold the conscious intention to receive it, and to allow it to flow through you. It is an intelligence that runs through your very being. It exists in the quantum field, and from there, it flows into the physical field, the energetic and spiritual field. It is an energy, wisdom, and intelligence that is contained even at the cellular level. It is the knowing of all knowings that you all have access to, and that you are being invited to open your hearts and minds to. Recognizing truth from untruths. This wisdom, our dear ones, contains all the answers to the questions that you seek, whether they be individual questions, or whether they be questions or problems that you are facing as a collective. All that you need to know is in your heart, and though many of you still perhaps lean on information, as it is echoed from external sources, we wish for you to remember the importance of weighing all information and guidance received from any external source against what feels right and appropriate in your heart, for your heart is always the echo of this higher universal wisdom. When you learn to tune into the truth in your heart, and feel and sense how this truth resonates throughout your body, throughout your being, through your consciousness and your unconsciousness, you become very adept to recognizing when something is resonating as true, or perhaps an untruth. The truth may vary from one individual to the next, but to remember that they will be interpreted and lived by you as an echo of a deeper universal truth, and the more in alignment your choices, intentions, and decisions are with higher universal truth, the greater ease of all guidance will flow in, and to you, the greater the knowing will be in you. And it will. When you feel challenged by information from outside of you, that is in many ways your intuition, your higher self, and your inner knowing telling you that perhaps it is time to temporarily disconnect from some of these outer sources, which may be adding to your confusion, and it is time for you to tune inwards, to listen to your hearts. For remember, the source connection which is always guaranteed, which always connects you with a higher knowing, that the more open is your heart to receiving this, the greater the truth will be known, and felt experienced within each of you. We are here to support you in your alignment towards this higher knowing. It is free conscious guidance. It is divine light and energy which always seeks to guide you through the energy of love. This light and love is what animates you. It should also inspire and guide you. We are the Arcturian Council, and it has been an honor connecting with you all. Source: arrayoflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.